morning. It's Friday the 9th of January 2026. It is 9 minutes to 10 AM. 8 o'clock, dropped the Freelander off at the car garage for its MOT. Just back now. I dropped it off, walked back home, got back home and thought, hang on a minute, I didn't give them my phone number. Came in here, I'll show you what I've done in a minute. Moved the car, moved some stuff. You can see tools here now. Moved some stuff. Thought, I haven't given them my phone number. So then, lifted the bonnet up on the Discovery behind you. Realised it's too dark in that bit because we've got LED tubes further down, but nothing here. If I turn you. So here you'll see we've now got the tumble dryer's gone. I've just shoved that in the house for now. I've moved my tools to there, I've brought that table round, I've brought the impact sockets there. I've moved the Discovery back now. Again, moved the lawnmower down the back over there. We're back, so I've got a little bit of space here so that if it moves when I'm jacking, we're not going to touch that. I can still get around the other side, so I can get around here, and I've got that space to work. When I lift the bonnet, you'll see it's dark in here, so I need a light on here, probably here, then it probably here. So I've just bought another LED button from Screwfix, and I thought I'll go and get that. Bought that at 9 o'clock, walked down. So we've got a cable here, which has just got a call that. Hang on, if I pull this bonnet back down, you'll see, you'll get light. It's got one of them Scotch block collectors on it, but that's just for the outside security light, and it goes over there and it's on a plug. And what I'm going to do is I'll screw that LED light to that button, use that cable, and it's this plug, and then it just plugs in, so then I can just plug it into there, and then I'll have light here when I'm working. Yeah, when I was getting it in the garage, I had an issue. I might have said already, I wedged the garage door open with a heavy weight on the back. I'll show you a picture, or you might see it in a picture. I'll put an arrow in and I'll insert a picture. I forgot I'd done it. When I tried to shut the door, it fell off, landed on the bonnet, blowing dimped the bonnet, really badly dented the bonnet. So there's a dint there, there's a dint there, there's a dint here. So I need a new bonnet. I say a new bonnet, I need a second-hand bonnet. There's one for £45 in Immingham, same colour. We do these things, don't we? Anyway, right, let's get this done. Let's get on with this now. There you go, that's better, isn't it? Got one there now as well. They're the same type of light. And that's just on this plug. So watch, if I turn it off, there we go. See? I just need to check the fuse in there now, because that's 17 watt and it won't take much current. So I just need to check the fuse. So now I've got light under the bonnet. It's miles better. Good. Soldered the wires on the end because it's just a normal like stranded copper cable, and it's designed for, you know, twin and earth or solid wire. So solder it and they just plug in connectors, dead easy. Dead easy. So yeah, just done that. So I've just had to go in and make myself a coffee because my fingers were going numb because I've not got the heater in here. The heaters are in the house. Sunday night my heating packed in, so I've got no central heating, no hot water. It's been -6, so I've got the heater in the house, so it's cold in the garage, hence this. Right, check the fuse. It had a 5 amp fuse in, so I swapped it for a 3 amp fuse, so we're good to go there. So next is start to take all this apart. So I'll make a start, but I won't get much done today because the plumber's coming this afternoon. Fingers crossed he can fix my central heating. I don't know what's wrong with it. Right, cheers, let's crack on, start doing stuff, see how far we get today, dismantle. So all I've done so far, I'm drinking my coffee you see, all I've done so far is taken the engine cover off. It looks like the EGRs have already been blanked off, or the EGR has already been blanked off. Yeah, mucky there, so we need to clean that. Brake fluid's looking dirty. This is like literally the first time I'm looking at it since I bought it. We need to take the fuse out for the air suspension, which is that one I think, looking at that, to stop the air suspension moving. Then we need to disconnect the battery. We need to drop some coolant. We need to take all this out, and then this is the cover we need to take off to the timing belt. So we need to basically remove everything to be able to get at that. We need to jack it up. We need to take the underbodies off. I'm going to change the oil. I'm going to service it as well, but I won't probably change oil until I've changed the oil pump. Or will I? Problem is, I need to use part of that filter. Anyway, right, yeah, less waffling, let's crack on. So this is as much for me as anything else. So air box out, air filter box, fan off, fan top off, just showing the routing of the belt. I'm going to turn you upside down. So there, we've got a new auxiliary belt, so we're going to take the tension off that next. Oh, my light's gone. So just took the auxiliary belt off and the tensioner. Got me a new tensioner pulley. That's the original, and there's a little bit of play in it, tiny bit. And if we're doing that one, might as well do this one. This one's not as bad. That's quiet, but it's not as free running. So I just changed both of them. They're both original. Yeah. Crank pulley off next. Putting the bolt back in where they've come from for now. Crank pulley off. Now with just a normal ratchet, it's turning the crank pulley. I've only undone one, so I need to get the impact on, which means I need to get the bottom shroud out, which means I need to jack the car up next. That won't be till the plumber's been, because I need to go in now. It's now 20 past 11, he said, this afternoon, so I need to go in and hang about ready for the plumber. So might see you tomorrow, might see you later this afternoon, might see you this evening. See you later. So it's 10 past 5 PM. I've had a shower. My central heating's working. I've got hot water. Miracle. Yeah, plumber came. It was the gas valve that had gone. The gas solenoid that had stopped working. I thought it looked a bit suspicious because it had got a crack in it, but in the actual outer bit of the solenoid. But I thought I could feel it moving. But anyway, it wasn't working. Wasn't giving it enough gas. So I did come out here and take off the various pulleys and the crank pulley and different bits and pieces. I've just come back out and just taken the throttle body, or what would normally be the throttle body, you know, where it comes in, that white piece with the butterfly valve in. It's a bit mucky in here. We're going to have to do some serious cleaning, but I mean, it works. So tomorrow's job in the morning, first thing, disconnect the battery, take that fuse out, jack up, take the underbody off, drop the oil, drop the coolant. Then we can start taking these coolant lines off and get this bottom piece of the fan shroud out. Although I might be able to do it without, actually. It's not in the way of too much. Get the alternator out. Yeah, we've got some leaking bits, but not too bad. Not too bad. That looks alright there, where it's not rubbing there that I can see. So yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll put away. Yeah, I'm just starting to put my bits on there. We've got some bits in the car. So this is the bit that I was on about that I've just taken out, these two bits. Now this is the one that it can, no it's not that one. It's this one that it can rub underneath. No sign of rubbing on that. It's this bottom corner here that rubs. So yeah, just need cleaning up, don't we? We just got oil everywhere. So yeah, I've got the pulleys off. That's the bottom pulley. Fan pulley. Tensioners. Oh, breadstick. Oh yeah, so look at this. So I did bring in my little impact with a 3/8 on for those E10 bolts, E12 bolts. Look how twisted that is. I had to get the bigger one with a 1/2 inch drive. That wouldn't do it, so I just used my bigger one with a 1/2 inch straight on with the 3/8 adapter. 1/2 inch to 3/8 adapter. That got them off. Right, see you tomorrow. So morning, Saturday morning, 9:20, 10th of January 2026. First thing I did when I came in the garage this morning was put the key in the ignition, because it's an automatic, put it in neutral. Just turn it to position 2, put it in neutral, leave the key in the ignition, take the battery off, take the suspension fuse out, jack the car up. We're on 2 axle stands underneath the front of the chassis, one either side, let it down onto the axle stands, taking the under engine body tray off. So although it's dirty, there's no massive oil leaks, there's a bit over there, nothing bad. I'll take you underneath in a minute and I'll show you. We've got 2 bolts missing, so we'll have to find 2 new bolts. This is the front tray, and again, that's okay. Let's take you underneath, I'll show you underneath. Up here, like I say, I've just taken the negative off, protected that. I have cleaned up a little bit here. I've taken the front, you know, like valance thing off. That was cable tied onto the bottom, both sides. I've done a little bit of cleaning in here. I've taken that bracket out there, which was the lifting eye. I think that's all I've done there. So you can see it's all pretty original under here. Lower suspension arms. We've got a bit of a weep on the power steering there, which you'll probably be able to make out. And again, original, looks like the wheels have been refurbished. And then up here there's a bit of a weep on the front diff housing. We've got to drain the oil, and then only thing is I might need to come up a bit higher because I haven't got a lot of room under here. I'm probably not too bad because I need to access right up there somewhere. Oh, up here in it. So yeah, I could probably do with going up a little bit more on the jack stand, probably to the next level. So I think I'll probably jack it up a bit higher. I could probably do with it over the pit really, and make it easier, but I can't get it over the pit because the Range Rover's in the way. Problem is, if I jack it up higher to make it easier underneath, it's then harder on top, isn't it? At the moment I can reach on top. Yeah, I reckon it's time for a coffee. Jack it up another notch, I think. So it's a good jack this, it's 2.5 ton SGS, lifting range up to 530 millimeters, so it's got this extra piece we can put in there. So you can see we've got the wheels quite a bit off the ground, so now we'll just slowly lower it down. Should have enough room then. So I've now got the coolant out. We're now working on getting these coolant pipes off the front and the other little bits of brackets, and then we can get the timing cover off. Right, let's take the timing cover off. Let's just move that screwdriver so I don't knock it over. I might have to remove that pipe to get it off. This one, I'm just trying not to do, but I might have to. Too much stuff in the way. Let's take that bolt off. That'll help. There we go. So it looks like we've just got crank seal leaking. Let's kind of look at it in better light. Yeah, I've got crankcase pulley seals to do as well, so that'll all need cleaning up. Right, okay. That's alright. Apart from the crack in the housing at the top, but I can repair that. So I've just been looking at the amount of debris down here. Quite a lot of belt debris, isn't there, considering I'll put in the bottom of the screen how many miles it is since the timing belt was last done. It's certainly not that long, but if you look, that belt is running really close to that edge on that crankshaft pulley, camshaft pulley. It's a bit better on that one. Yeah, we've got a new water pump. I'm going to go in and have some lunch. Yeah, it's a bit mucky, isn't it? Right, we need to get it timed next. So to get it timed, it means I've got to next take start motor out, alternator off. Right, so I've got the alternator out and I'm working on getting the alternator bracket out. However, there is one bolt in a really stupid place that I can't get to, and I'm going to try and show it you. So, right, I don't know what you can see, but hopefully you can sort of see up there. So, up here there's a bolt there, but above it there's like a heat shield, which is for the EGR valve. I can't get a socket on it, I can't get a spanner on it. Looks like I've got to take the flipping EGR valve to get that bolt out. That's the last bolt that's holding this bracket in. Just that one there. What a pain. I had enough job with some of the others. Right. Got it. Well, that took a long time. I had to, it's that back top bolt there where there was a little heat shield that was in the way. I just had to remove those two 8mm little nuts. So we need that off to be able to get to the bottom bolt on the oil pump, you see. To do the oil pump. Next job, starter motor, then we can get it timed. So morning, it's Sunday morning. Yesterday evening before tea, sort of about 4ish, half 4, I disconnected the fuel cooler. Took off the little bracket on the side of the starter motor there. Next thing we need to do, I've undone the cable support bracket as well for the starter motor, so the next thing I need to do is get the starter motor out. I need to shove that diesel cooler right the way up and then take the bolts off the starter motor, so we're going to do that next, get the starter motor out. So I'm just having to remove the bracket that holds that fuel cooler. It's two 10mm head bolts, because I can't push it up because that's in the way. There's the bracket. Right, now I should be able to move this round. So this is the trouble, trying to get it out. Figure out how to get the flipping thing out because it won't come that way. They have a pain to get out. So I need to go and watch the video and see how to get it out. There we go, got it out. That took some flipping doing, I can tell you. Jiggling around and all the rest, but it's out. So now we can get the engine timed. Next job, got to remove that blanking plug there. So I need to rotate the engine from the top, from above, because you can't do it from below, because the steering axle, the steering shaft and everything is in the way. So I'm going to have to set up my GoPro or something like that so that I can see while I'm above doing it. I might go and get my endoscope because that would work as well, and then I can watch for that hole in the timing aperture on my phone while I'm rotating. So this is the way I'm locking the crankshaft on the flywheel. That big tool, copy the Land Rover one, because I haven't got a way of doing it from the front. And then timing toolkit, pins, flywheel position tool, timing pins. So go in and get my endoscope and hope it's charged up. There we go. So can you see I've got that set up. So now as we rotate, I can watch for that coming around. It's good, isn't it? Right, is that it? Let's have a look. Do the pins line up? I think that's right. That one's gone in. Let's get the other one, see if that goes in. And then we need to get the right one of these. See if that one goes in there. Where's that one? Yeah, I think they're right. So I know I'm in the correct place because there's two marks on the oil pump, two white lines from when they did the timing belt last time, and two white marks on the crank pulley. Those line back up, so I know I'm in the right place. They probably did it without taking the starter motor out, I would bet. Yeah, I've got a problem. My tool won't actually go in the hole in the crankcase. So I've just been under again and checked. I thought so. That isn't even getting anywhere near the hole because this bit is too large diameter. It's the problem with tools from China, isn't it? They're not always right. So I need to grind that down. Make that ever so slightly smaller. That's going to be a pain. Right, let's do that. Well, that's taken quite a bit of time, probably 40 minutes, 45 minutes just to get that to fit. So I chucked it up in the drill on the bit that goes into the flywheel, put the drill in the vise, rotated it round, need a lathe really, so that's my mini lathe in the drill. Ember cloth wasn't doing it fast enough, then finger sander on there, 80 grit paper, kept trying it, got it to fit now, so we'll go down and I'll show you. So it might be a bit bright and I'm trying to get around the light, but there's the hole, can you see? It goes in nicely now, it's just the last little bit I can't get because it's too close to that washer and I keep hitting the stuff, but that now goes in, so that times, that's okay. Even if I can't locate it all the way down, it goes in and it's nice and tight, so it'll probably tap in with a hammer further, but then I'll struggle to get it out, but that'll do. You can actually see it in just there, so we're timed, so now I can take the timing belt off. Right, we're ready to take the tensioner off now, then we can take the timing belt off. Koyo, whatever that is, it says on that bearing. I think it's a Deco. Let's take the belt off. Come on. Oh yeah. Japan. These are good. Take this out now. So Deco, made in Italy. I don't think it has been rubbing. Just looking at the back of this, it's not chafed. So maybe all that debris is just off the inside of it. So that's the old one. So look, it's covered in oil. So we got sort of cleaned up. Sort of getting ready to get the oil pump out. So you can see it's the weaker type. So we've not got that rib here, which is why I'm changing the oil pump. Notorious for snapping and losing your tensioner once you've changed the timing belt. So that's why it's my first job. So I've done a fair bit of cleaning up. Now we're removing the water pump, because I think we need to remove that as well, but we're changing it anyway. There we go. So that's that locking plate in the starter motor hole locked onto the flywheel. That's onto the crank bolt. Right, we can whiz that off now. There we go. Don't want to come off. So I had to dig out my three-legged puller set to get that crank pulley off. There we go. It's just a bit of rust on the end there, that's all that it was that was stopping it. So I just need to clean that a little bit up. So I've got this now so it just comes on and off nicely. Just Scotch Brighted that surface there where there was a bit of rust. Same on the inside of there. So now that just nicely comes on and off. So next job, remove the oil pump. The old oil pump. It's now 3:30. I need to go in and do some other stuff, so I'm going to leave it at that for this episode. So I'll carry on with this during the week, get the oil pump off, clean up. I'll see you in episode 2 of Discovery 3. So thanks for watching, see you later.